Hi everyone, so for this video to use interpolation to complete the table, so we have that college expenditures for all colleges and universities in millions of dollars in the entire country in 1980 was this number here, $56,914 million. So by the way, that's actually in real money. That's about 57. So that's it's 56 914 million. So 000 comma 000, which is basically 57 billion. Let's see. 1,000 million billion. Yeah, about 57 billion dollars, isn't it? Okay, that the entire country spent on college in the year 1980, right? Now, bear in mind, think about inflation, because a dollar in 1980 could buy you a lot more than a dollar in 2010. So you have to bear in mind that there's the value of the dollar is decreasing each year, right? So don't forget that. Anyway, so that's the context. But to find what it should be for 1985 using interpolation, we just take this number and subtract 21,043. Okay, and I'm using Desmos, the Desmos calculator, desmos.com. Okay, and I get, one sec. I get 35,871. So that's the absolute change. It increased by about $35,871 million, which is about 35 or 36 billion, right? Anyway, and so in 1985, that's 5 years afterwards, and it increased by about that amount for 10 years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number, okay, the absolute increase, and divide that by 10, right? Oops. So that gives us about 3,587, or that's about 3.5 billion per year. So the expenditures of colleges are increasing by about 3.5 billion per year, right? And we want to know 5 years after 1970. So I take that number and multiply it by 5. So I'll take that number multiplied by 5, right? So over the 5 years from 1970 to 1975, we'll have the expenditures increased by this amount, 17,935.5 million. So about $18 billion. But in any case, you take this number now and you add that, take this number, and you add that to what you started with. So in 1970, we started with this number, 21,043. Okay. So you add that on. Okay. And that's a good estimate for where we're at in 1975. About 39 billion, right? So I'm going to say round to the nearest whole number. But honestly, for this question, I don't care if you give it to the 8 or if you round it up to the 9. I'll give either way. But I will say round to the whole number. So we should round that up to, this should round up to that, right? 38,979, or in the context of the question, $39 billion, right? So that should be the answer here for A. You would type that in there, right? Then press pause on the video and try to get 1991 by yourself. Okay, press pause on the video and try to do this yourself, and then I'll do it. Okay, I hope you press pause and try it. I'll do it now. So it's the similar thing again. You say, okay, from 1990 to 2000, how much did the expenditure increase? So we take this number and subtract the 134,000, right? So we take this, oops, and subtract this number, and we get this number, about 102,000, right? So that's the total increase over the 10-year period from 1990 to the year 2000. So we divide that by 10 then to get like the average increase per year, because it's a 10-year period, right? So we take that number and divide that by 10. And we have this number here, about 10,000. And that's the average increase per year between 1990 and 2000, right? So we take that number. I'm just doing this step by step to make it clear. I mean, I know there's fancy ways of using a calculator to do it all in one go, and you're welcome to use a calculator any way you want. As long as you get the correct answer, you're fine. I'm just going step by step to try to make it clear, I guess. So that's the average increase per year. And you see 1991 is just 1 year later. So I just have to take the average increase of 1 year and add that on to the 134,000. So I just take the 134,000, add on the 10,212 number, and I get this. And then we'll round that to the nearest whole number. And so that's a 0.8, so that would round up to a 9, wouldn't it? So 144,869 would be the answer there. A good estimate. So that's a good estimate for college expenditure in the year 1991 using interpolation. And of course, in the context of the question, because these are all in millions of dollars, that's about, that's actually, it's actually this million, so 0,000,000. So it's actually that number. Let me put the commas in. It looks like this. So that's the actual number it is in real life, which amounts to about 145. If I round it, $145 billion, doesn't it? So about 145 billion spent on college in the entire country in 1991, and see how it's increasing, right? So just checking your answers, like this number, okay, this 144,869 is in between 134,000 and 236. So if this number was not in between these two, then your answer is definitely wrong. Okay, so just always think about that. And back in our other answer was 38,979. So that's between 21,000 and 56,900. So this must be between the numbers on either side, right? If it's not between it, well, then you're definitely wrong. So at least check that way by looking at it and going, hold a second, is that in between? Yeah, if it's in between. If it's not in between, you're definitely wrong. So just watch out for that. All right, so those are the two answers there. I hope that made sense.